Hey, what's up, Dean? Sear Performance. We are back doing the last little things on the Corvette. I got the MAF sensor pigtail. I got that wired up. And what I've been doing is printing off all these like cheat sheets, kind of for me. So this is like a pressure transducer. So it lists out ground, reference, output, and it gives me the pinout on them. Then this is map sensor, which I thought I had the second sheet. I know I have a second sheet. For the other style, like a LS9 style map sensor. This is kind of what comes in the Holley Terminator X. Comes with this style plug, and you got to switch it out. And I think there's two of the wires you have to switch. 100% remember on that. But now I got the MAF sensor stuff. So this is like your standard, like your truck plug, LS2, the older style MAFs, to like the LS3 style. So I got all of that wired up. I'm trying to fill the reservoir, and something weird has happened. I put a jug of water wetter in it and put the funnel in it and poured maybe a cup or so of coolant in it, and it's like topped off, so it's like not bleeding down into it. So I gotta let air. Believe I'm gonna have to pull the hose off the back of the brick to get it to fully fill, and then I could shove that hose back on. It shouldn't come out, that hose, and then I'll have to turn the pump on to get it to fill the brick. So that's what I'm working on right now. I forgot to grab a fuse tap, so I might run real quick and get a fuse tap, because I have to have one, and then come back and get all that going. And then we should be tuning the car today. So I'll be back. So we got the plug together. I don't know if I said that before. And then I got the tank filled. I got to clean it up a little bit, but the tank is full. Where are we at? I got the relay on it. I had to steal a relay. And then I did the add a fuse thing. I gotta heat that heat shrink tube, and then I just had to clip a little section out right there, just so that it clears the wire. This was for me pinching it prior, but should sit back in there. As soon as I get the heat shrink done, it'll sit in there. So everything's done. I just sent the first data log to Justin, waiting for him to reply, charging the laptop. But in the meantime, this is the bluish S10 that we did the single mount, like center front turbo. We did all the tube front rails. A lot of work on that truck over the years, but he called me and said he was getting me a Christmas present. I couldn't believe he got me the TRZ all billet aluminum spindles, TBM front brakes, which they're F3 Tornado caliper, 1.75 stainless piston with a standard pad. I'm not sure, but these are some badass brakes, super light. So I'm gonna try to assemble basically each side. There's no instructions, so if I screw it up, I'll put them on his truck. If I get them right, I'll put them on my truck. Joking. No, this is all his stuff. Little by little, he's gathering more and more parts. We're waiting for his transmission to come for his Trailblazer. So in the meantime, he's gathering some extra parts for the S10. And these are really, really nice parts. So what I'm going to do is assemble everything. And I have the scales over there. So I'm going to bring the scale out and I'm going to weigh these. And I'll take a picture, send them the picture. And then once, probably tomorrow, because if the Corvette goes good, I won't have a lot to do tomorrow. Kind of waiting on a bunch of stuff. So I will pull his, the door's not open, but I'll pull his factory spindle, rotor, caliper, all of that stuff off. I'll drain all the brake fluid because we're going to have to replace the lines. And I've always hated his brake lines from the master cylinder. I made them and I hate them. So I'm going to fix those once I get the truck back over here and we get everything going on it. There's not a lot left on that truck, mainly like rear axle stuff and front shocks. So suspension and rear axle is the main thing left on that. I got a few more things put together, like charge pipe, a couple roll bars that are going forward off the firewall down to the tube frame, and then 2 bars out the back. We got the windows for it. So his truck is pretty close, should be pretty far along, but I will wait for Justin and hopefully we'll start knocking out the tune on the Corvette. So stay tuned. Okay, so everything seems to be working really good. There was a little issue with maybe having an exhaust leak causing, but I'm thinking when I heated the O2s, one of them was a bigger pain to get out than the other one, and I may have overheated it a little bit with the torch, and it's acting lazy, like real lazy or something. Something's going on with it, so I may grab a set of O2 sensors and throw them in. That's easy enough to do, other than getting the car in a lift. That's a big pain in the butt. But I did take the V-bands off. See that the passenger side was a little bit misaligned, so I put some RTV, like the high temp stuff, got them lined up perfect, tightened the V-bands. I actually changed the bolt on the passenger side because these bolts are just skinny, cheap crap bolts. So it kind of stripped it. This is super fancy. This is Jeff's TBM and TRZ spindle. It goes this way. This is the right side, so passenger side. So I got the spindle all assembled with the steering arm. I gotta look and make sure I'm on the right. I got those on the right side, because if I need to flip them maybe to put that in the back, I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. But yeah, the big pain with these really was just these spacers. I didn't understand the bracket and the spacers, and I guess they do have instructions online for this kit, but I was on the wrong site. I was on TRZ's site, so I was kind of going off a picture like this, so I kind of put them together. I may have these backwards, but that's just take these nuts off and swap them. But I got them all together. The calipers, you do have to work on the spacing. You can kind of see that rotor needs to sit like dead center of the caliper. I may add a shim to this bracket here. That one there, I got perfect. I got both of them all together. Oh, and then I noticed they give you a little ornament. Happy Holidays from TRZ. It's a Christmas tree ornament. That's kind of funny. Billet aluminum. But this one, I believe it was the first one I did. And yeah, you can kind of see I need to take some of the shims out of this one and kind of center the caliper a little bit better. It's the only hard part is you got to take the whole hub off. So once you get the nut and the cotter pin on it, you got to take it all back apart and adjust those shims. So not a big deal, but maybe I'll do that tomorrow. They're on. They do spin pretty nice. So I might look at the steering arm tomorrow and make sure they're on the right way. Just make a slight adjustment to the calipers. But for the Corvette, we've been working hard. All of these are all the revisions. Every single one of these is a revision to the tune. We just did the first kind of full throttle stab into it. And the supercharger sounds awesome. So super happy so far, getting somewhere. So an intercooler kit, I don't know, that I made with the little pump and that radiator style thing, it does work. The issue with a supercharger is the brick is underneath. It's basically sitting in the intake. So whenever I pull the car in, shut the car off, it heat soaks. 195 degree engine coolant temp, all the temperature rises up into that brick. So it takes a few seconds for it to cool down. I haven't seen it go over 150, and then as soon as I start the car and the pump starts going, it immediately cools it down to like 130. And then as I drive, because the intercooler itself gets heat soaked as well from the radiator and stuff, I may look at doing like some fans or something like that, but I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna get the hood painted, finish the tune, and the Corvette is done. So that'll probably be tomorrow's video, like finish up the tune and do a little driving video like segment. But for now, I appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified, leave me a comment. Have a good day.